The female officers out there that are still suffering in these conditions at work within the Toronto Police Service and who have not come forward and they are fearful, we're still going to fight for you, even though you're unable to.
A Toronto police officer has filed a human rights complaint alleging a systemic issue when it comes to sexual harassment of female officers on the force. The tribunal hearing began here this week, and her lawyer says more victims have now come forward, and she's fighting to have their voices heard on this case.
The name calling in the workplace, the sexual advances where they have to just put up or shut up, but where they're told, look, you got to have a tougher skin, and look, you shouldn't bring a complaint.
Heather McWilliams says she endured numerous incidents of sexual harassment at 23 Division, from officers circulating bikini photos of female colleagues to a supervisor saying he would spank her later. And she says it's indicative of a larger issue with the force as a whole.
And this is an example of one woman coming forward and having the courage to bring a complaint and say that this environment is an environment that is poison for women police officers.
Williams' case comes just a month after a historical apology from the RCMP.
We failed you. We hurt you. For that, I'm truly sorry.
They settled 2 class action lawsuits at a cost of $100 million in relation to allegations of decades of sexual harassment experienced by hundreds of female officers. Toronto Police's lawyer Amandi Esenwani argued the complaints stem from one woman's experience at one division, stating this case does not call for a systemic or public interest remedy. McWilliams' lawyer Kate Hughes argued it's a culture of fear that has kept female officers quiet until now.
They have families they have to support, and it's a career ender. They have safety concerns of their own, and they tell me they're terrified to give evidence. Some have indicated that although they're terrified, that they are willing to do so for Heather.
Hughes says since the hearing began, her office has fielded numerous calls from female officers who say they've endured similar harassment, and she now wants to be able to add them as witnesses in McWilliams' case. Esenwane argued against that, saying increasing the number of victims to 3 doesn't prove it's a systemic issue. The hearing is ongoing, and the chair could choose to make recommendations to the service and force it to compensate McWilliams. Now, Toronto Police says it has already dealt with McWilliams' complaint through an internal investigation and process. We did ask the police union and the police service for comment today, but they said it would be inappropriate for them to speak while this hearing is still before the tribunal. Ginella Massa, City News.